Hello and welcome to the LCTV News. I'm Mukala Kabongo. In this edition of the LCTV News, commuter rail overnight work, new firefighters sworn in, Irish and Greek flag raising, sit down with Wendy Joseph and Sue Woodcock, and more. The Massachusetts Department of Transportation, along with the MBTA, will be undertaking a federally mandated positive train control infrastructure installation that is aimed to increase the safety of commuter rail customers. MassDOT and the MBTA is advising the community of the overnight systems testing which will occur along the Newburyport commuter rail line. Overnight work will go on throughout March between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. and is necessary to avoid service interruption. For more information, visit the MBTA website or call the Positive Train Control. The Great American Rain Barrel Company is offering residents a discounted rate for rain barrels this spring. The discounted rate of $79 will go to Lynn residents as well as residents in surrounding communities. Residents will have their choice of 3 earth tone colored rain barrels which can hold up to 60 gallons of water. Residents can order their barrels by visiting the Great American Barrel website, select shop local programs, and choose their town. They can also order by calling 800-251-2352. Deadline to apply is April 17th and pickup is on Wednesday, April 24th from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. at the Lynn DPW on Commercial Street. A new billing system was announced by the City of Lynn for the solid waste fee that is said to be user-friendly. The bill, which went out on March 8th, will represent the $90 solid waste fee per unit for 2019. With this system, residents will have the option to pay in 1 installment for the calendar year or 2 installments, 1 per billing cycle. Residents have 3 abatement options that is available for them. Unoccupied units and private abatement forms for seniors are available at City Hall, DPW Office Works, as well as the DPW website. Payments may be mailed in person at the DPW office on Commercial Street or the collector's office at City Hall. The balance from 2018 will not be reflected in this current bill statement. Any outstanding balance from 2018 will be collected separately from this new billing system. Entrepreneurship for All graduated 8 students this past Tuesday from its winter 2019 Business Accelerator. The 8 graduates, which included 7 women and 1 male, came into the accelerator with a basic idea of products they wanted to offer. During the 3-month accelerator, they developed full business models, took on real customers, and developed a work plan to expand their business. Jasenia Morales of Romeo Smoothies and Juices was awarded a seed capital of $1,000, and Nivea de Olivia of Better Life Cleaning was also awarded a seed capital of $1,750. Charlene Pena of Woven Royal was the grand winner of the night. Pena was awarded $2,500. Her company produces hats for curly and voluminous hair. E for All Lynn is a nonprofit that specializes in helping entrepreneurs launch their new ventures. Their programs are free to the public. Now for the police update. A Lynn man was arrested this past Wednesday and charged with drug trafficking after local, state, and federal investigation that led to officials seizing 2 kilos of fentanyl valued at $200,000 from his Walnut Street home, according to Lynn police. Jose Gonzalez of Lynn was arrested and charged with trafficking more than 200 grams of fentanyl, according to Lieutenant Michael Kimmick. Lynn Police and Drug Task Force, Drug Enforcement Administration, and Massachusetts State Police executed the search warrant Thursday morning on 55 Walnut Street, where they seized $83,000 in cash and 2,056 grams of fentanyl, which had a street value of $205,600, said Kimmick. This past Sunday, a 90-year-old man died after crashing his car into a guardrail and then into a pole on Highland Ave in Lynn. The man, who was yet to be identified, was a Salem resident, and Lynn police say he apparently suffered cardiac arrest while driving. The crash remains under investigation by state police. On Tuesday, March 12th, a Lynn man was charged in federal court for money laundering and visa fraud. Fortune Okorogi, who went by Imitinye Okorogi, was arrested and charged with making false statements to a bank, 5 counts of money laundering, visa and passport fraud, according to the U.S. Attorney. Okorogi, when opening a checking account with TD Bank, falsely represented himself as someone else. Akaroge is facing 60 years in prison, 11 years of supervised release, and a fine of $1 million. Richard Bellier of Lynn was arrested and charged with a series of home invasions earlier this month. According to prosecutors, Bellier broke into 2 homes and was in possession of stolen items from another home. Bellier is being held on a $100,000 bail. Earlier this month, a Lynn teen pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in connection with the murder of Pablo Velede. Emmanuel Marrero of Lynn is being charged with allegedly opening fire during a party in 2016, which killed Velede and injuring 6 others. This according to Suffolk County District Attorney Rachel Rollins. Marrero is also being charged with 6 counts of armed assault with intent to murder, 6 counts of assault and battery with a firearm, 5 counts of assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, as well as charges related to the 6 survivors. Lynn Police will be hosting a 10-week Citizens Academy beginning on April 4th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Main topics to be discussed during the academy will be patrol and arrest procedures, motor vehicle and law criminal investigations. Also, those who attend the academy will have the opportunity to ride along with Lynn Patrol officers for 2 hours. Participation is limited to 20 students, all must be 18 years of age, and Lynn residents or a local business owner. To apply for the academy, visit the Lynn Police website or visit the Lynn Police Station over on Washington Street. Deadline to apply is March 29th. LCTV was on location at the YMCA on Tuesday, March 12th for the Lynn Area Chambers of Commerce Transportation Forum.
But transportation is clearly something that everybody in this room understands is important. And no matter where we go, I've been very involved over the last 14 months working with my colleagues in the region. And I know that members of Congressman Bolton's staff is here as well, so it's good to be able to be with them and collaborate, as well as the Lynn delegation, members of the City Council. It's good to work together, but I've been collaborating with both mayors and town managers in the region on a lot of different issues.
We have a commuter rail system that every way you might measure it, is absolutely more reliable than it was 5 years ago. If you look at our on-time performance metrics, if you look at our mean miles between breakdowns, we have really pushed the commuter rail system to provide a much better level of service than we've had in 5 years.
To watch the full forum, go to lyntv.org and click on the video on demand. The Irish flag raising took place at City Hall on March 15th in preparation for St. Patrick's Day, and LCTV was on the scene.
I would like to welcome everybody and wish you a happy St. Patrick's Day weekend. We have the men and women from the Ancient Order of Hibernians here today to raise the flag in honor of the Irish St. Patrick's Day. We have functions going on down at our hall, including our annual 5K road race next weekend, next Sunday. Please come down and join us with all the festivities in celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Thank you.
Thank you all very much, ladies.
Welcome. Thank you.
It's a good kickoff to a good weekend, right?
Right.
And the warm weather's coming for St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
March 25th is the Greek Independence Day. The Greek community in Lynn gathered at City Hall for the Greek flag raising, and LCTV was there for the ceremony. On Wednesday, March 13th, the regional spelling bee took place inside the City Hall auditorium, and LCTV sent a crew for the competition.
Your word is bromeliad.
Bromeliad. B-R-O-M-E-L-I-A-D. Bromeliad.
This word is from an Arabic geographical name.
Serendipity. S-E-R-E-N-D. I-P-I-T-Y. Serendipity.
This word can be confused for a similar word. Pickelhaube. Noun. A spiked helmet formerly worn by German soldiers.
Pickelhaube. You said it was from Germany?
Correct.
Pickelhaube. P-I-C-K-E-L-H-A-U-B-E. Pickelhaube.
This past Tuesday, Lynn Firefighters Department sworn in new firefighters to the department in a ceremony held inside the City Council chambers, and LCTV was there to capture the sights and sounds from the ceremony.
To the new firefighters and the new officers of the Lynn Fire Department, as well as many of your colleagues you're joining that are here tonight, and your family and friends, congratulations. You're joining a proud and really effective force, a key piece of our community.
I think I speak for all of us in the Lynn Fire Department when I express how much we enjoy these swearing-in ceremonies. These are exciting family events, and all of us in the fire department get to share in this celebration. To the 20 new recruits, you are now a part of the future of this fire department. It was a long road to get here, I know. You had to go through a fairly rigorous process to get here, but you were selected because we believe you have what it takes to be valued members of this department. Lieutenant Stacy Borgerson, you have earned the respect and admiration of your peers throughout your career. You have earned the honor of this promotion, and it is my honor to have the privilege of congratulating you on becoming the first female lieutenant in the history of the Lynn Fire Department.
On March 9th, the Lynn Museum hosted a story share in cooperation with the end of Black History Month. Residents shared their stories with LCTV.
One of the most prominent and well-known leaders of Lynn's Black history is Frederick Douglass. In Douglass's narrative, it was revealed that his real name was Frederick Bailey, a runaway slave from Maryland, who gave names of slave owners who murdered and whipped slaves while reading the Bible. However, not much is known or discussed about this Douglass's legacy in Lynn. But what I can say is that Douglass was a natural-born leader.
The story that I brought in today is basically a photo that's 50 years old of me and classmates who graduated from Easton Junior High in 1965. Easton Junior High is no longer located there. They have a brand new school now called Thurgood Marshall.
My father, from a young age, was a trained classical pianist. He also gave piano lessons for many years.
State Senator Brendan Crighton sat down with LCTV for updates from the State House. Here is Senator Crighton.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brendan Crighton. I'm the state senator for the 3rd Essex District, representing Lynn, Lynnfield, Marblehead, Nahant, Saugus, and Swampscott. It's an honor to be here today. We just celebrated our 1-year anniversary of being in office, and I really want to say thank you to Lynn Community Television for allowing us to begin our program. So I think every few weeks we're going to be giving updates on what we're doing up at the State House, whether that be bills, our budget, or committee issues. There are a ton of exciting things happening in Massachusetts right now, and we want to make sure that we're getting that message out there. I'd also like to just say that we want to hear from you, and that's, really on any issue you have, whether it's, related to education, healthcare, any issue at all that comes up in your life. Our number one priority is our constituents. So please feel free to call our office at 617-722-1350 or email me at brendan.crighton@masenate.gov. I'd really like to focus today a little bit on a bill that's been discussed for quite some time and is having a public hearing next Friday, March 22nd at 10 a.m. at the State House's Gardner Auditorium. The issue of education is obviously one that all of us care very deeply about. I'm a proud product of the Lynn Public School Systems, K through 12, and I know that I wouldn't be here today without the many dedicated teachers, coaches, and staff that really helped me get here and helped me build the skills and the confidence to pursue this career. And unfortunately, while Massachusetts does extremely well when you compare to other states across the country, we're number one in education, we also have one of the largest achievement gaps in the country. And it's something that we haven't been able to successfully solve. So one of the bills that we have coming up, I should actually say three bills, both the governor, the House, and the Senate all have bills, and there's likely to be more, dealing with updating the foundation budget review, or foundation budget rather. So back in 1993, there was education reform done at in Massachusetts. And if you think about it, in 1993, I was 10 years old. I was a student at Lincoln-Thompson, and we have not updated really significantly the formula since that time. And while all the reforms were well-intentioned in 1993, there were certain areas that they just didn't really forecast appropriately in terms of how much money would need to be spent. One of those areas is on low-income students. We significantly shortchanged over time how much money we were dedicating to those students, as well as students with special education needs. And additionally, we did not take into consideration healthcare costs along with English language learners. So really those four categories we've fallen short, and we've fallen short for quite some time. Over the past few years, there's been a closer look at this issue. In 2015, the Foundation Budget Review Commission conducted a study. This was a bipartisan commission that took a look at how we could update the foundation budget. Last year in our session, there were a number of bills out there. We had, debates in both branches, but we could not come up with a compromise by the end of session. And I think the one great thing about starting a new session is that we have the governor, the House, and the Senate all on record saying that this is a priority. There's a sense of urgency. We just formulated committees a few weeks ago, and already we have a public hearing scheduled. We've been overwhelmed by the support across my district and really across the state to update this formula, which would mean tens of millions of dollars more for a city like Lynn, but really would benefit all school districts across the Commonwealth. So we're really excited about this, but we need folks to get involved as well, and it's very easy to have your voices heard. So you can feel free to email me, to call our office, or if you were interested in coming into the hearing, it's a very large hearing room. It's in Gardner Auditorium. There will be space available, and you can come in and testify. I think everyone recognizes how important an investment in education is, and unfortunately, we've, despite, very strong efforts in the past, we have not been able to get this over the finish line. This is the year. We want to get this done as quickly as possible so that those funds start to come into our school system and help to give the resources that our teachers need to give our students the best education possible. So I'm going to end there on the education piece, but I would like to again reiterate how much we want to be accessible to you and how much we want to work with our audience. Like I said, this is our first time doing this. If you have suggestions on different policies you'd like to hear about, or if there are more specific matters you want to talk about, please call our office at 617-722-1350. And we look forward to an ongoing discussion on all of these important issues. And I hope you can make it next Friday, March 22nd at the State House. Thank you.
Now for the sports update. Congratulations to the Lynn English men's basketball team on becoming Division I state champions after their 64-57 victory over Putnam at Holy Cross this past weekend. The Bulldogs were led by senior Alonzo Linton, who had a game-high 27 points to go along with 12 rebounds. Other contributors in the Bulldogs' victories were Jack Rodriguez, who finished the game with 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. Mason Jean-Baptiste had 9 points for the Bulldogs. Jarnell Guzman added 7 points and 7 rebounds, and Justin Fitzpatrick had 11 key points for the Bulldogs. To get this title, the Bulldogs defeated Lawrence, Andover, Central Catholic, and Newton North before they took down Putnam. This is Lynn English's first state title in 80 years. The St. Mary's Lady Spartans fell short of the state title, losing to Hozak Valley 68-49. Pam Gonzalez led the Spartans with 16 points and 12 rebounds. Ursi Quelez added 12 points, and Janice Avellino had 6 points to go along with 8 rebounds for the Spartans. Congratulations to the Lady Spartans on an incredible season. 3 teams punched their tickets to Saturday's divisional championship in the 42nd annual Lynn Elementary Basketball Tournament Thursday at Pickering. Harrington defeated Ingalls 20-6 behind Nidia and Navia Rivera's 6 points. Harrington will face off against Druids, who defeated Cobbett 21-11. Arachel Lovers led Druids with 9 points, and Marley Perez added 8 points. Shoemaker eliminated Lynn Woods after their 14-4 victory. Shoemaker was led by Bella Owunmi with 7 points. Next up for Shoemaker is a matchup against Lincoln Thompson on Saturday. Mayor McGee sat down with LCTV for his monthly LCTV update. Here is the city update with Mayor McGee.
Good afternoon. January marked my first full year in office. It's been an honor to serve as your mayor, and I am committed to continue to work hard to move the city forward. On February 5th, I presented the state of the city in the City Council chamber to the members of the City Council, the school committee, and to the general public. I also had the pleasure of going to Lynn English, Lynn Classical, and Lynn Tech to present the state of the city and listen to their concerns. The students had many insightful questions about the future of our city, and it was great to see them so engaged and excited about the opportunities the city of Lynn provides for them and the residents in this city. I am working closely with the Chief Financial Officer, and together we've been meeting with department heads to find the balance of providing the level of service residents deserve while finding ways to cut costs. We hope to have a finalized budget submitted to the City Council by May 1st. We want to give the City Council plenty of time to hold public meetings so they can review clearly, and the public can review clearly the budget as it's presented. We are and will continue to look for ways to reduce costs and raise revenue to help guide the city out of our current financial state. The Northern Strand Community Path preliminary design is close to completion. In the near future, we will schedule public meetings to solicit input from residents before the design is finalized. The state has issued an RFP for the Lynn Transit Action Plan, which will allow us as a community to have a wide-ranging discussion about many of the issues that we find important for transportation. That includes Blue Line expansion to Lynn, regional rail opportunities, reestablishing ferry service from Lynn to Boston and the greater Boston area, and more importantly, overall enhancing the quality, affordability, capacity, and reliability of public transportation for the city of Lynn. On March 12th, the Lynn Area Chamber of Commerce will be holding a conversation in a transportation forum which will expand the discussions we look to have and provide an opportunity for the business community to provide input to the Massachusetts Department of Transportation Lynn Action Transit Plan Study. Joseph Aiello, Chairman of the MBTA Fiscal Control Board, Senator Brendan Crighton, and myself will discuss transportation issues and their impact on the greater Lynn area. We have been busy with presentations and workshops for the last couple of weeks. Brown, Richardson, and Rowe provided an informational presentation of the final draft of the broad-ranging waterfront open space plan. We recently held a workshop regarding the Municipal Vulnerability Preparedness Planning program, and that process, which we have started, will help us lead to making a plan that will then allow us to put in for grant money that's being made available for us to address the challenge we face as climate change continues to impact the city of Lynn. The Metropolitan Area Planning Council presented their Union Hospital site reuse study recommendations to the City Council, and the Collins Center as well of UMass Boston presented their capital improvement plan recommendations to the City Council. 3 projects were recently approved by MassDOT's Project Review Committee, which will provide critical transportation infrastructure and safety improvements at Western Avenue from Market Square to Eastern Avenue, Essex Street from Eastern Ave to Rockaway and Joyce Street, and Broadway, Euclid Ave, and Jenner Street. Those 3 projects are a key piece in our infrastructure needs, and those dollars will be 90% funded, over 90% funded by the state and federal dollars. They've received high initial evaluation scores at the Central Transportation Planning staff, and they further, those high scores further validate the urgent need for the City of Lynn to continue to advance our efforts in addressing our current and critical infrastructure needs. Work has begun on the new YMCA. The Monroe Street development continues with construction. And this past month, we celebrated Black History Month with a number of events throughout the city. We showed the Eyes on the Prize documentary on February 19th at the Lynn Auditorium. The Lynn Museum will be hosting a Lynn Black Story Share Day, which has been rescheduled to Saturday, March 9th, 2019, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. My hope is that residents and visitors alike will come and enjoy these community events and come down to the Lynn Auditorium to see a show, a movie, really enjoy this great facility, and you also get a chance to get out and try some of the great restaurants that are in walking distance of the Lynn Auditorium. And as winter hopefully is finally coming to an end, we continue to encourage all of the citizens in the city to sign up for our RAVE mobile safety alert systems. This will give you important information on parking bans, weather alerts, and traffic delays. That information will be instantaneous. You can get it in email, phone call, texting. It'll give you the information, up-to-date information that we're all depending on as these storms come through the state of Massachusetts and impact the City of Lynn. You can follow the link here for more information related to that. And again, I urge everyone to sign up. The more people that are signed up, the more important information all of us will be able to share together. I want to thank you for listening and look forward to talking to you in the near future. Have a great day.
March is Women's History Month, and on this week's Lynn Lowdown, I sat down with Lynn Journal Sue Woodcock and Lynn's Woman of the Year, Wendy Joseph. Here is this week's Lynn Lowdown. Welcome to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm your host, Mukal Kabongo, and with me, I have 2 special guests. I have Wendy and Sue here. How you ladies doing?
Good.
We're good.
How's everything? You guys survived this week?
It's Friday.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Absolutely.
Yeah. Joyful Fridays. I love it. So we're going to talk about, Wendy has been named the Lynn Journal Woman of the Year. Big news, Wendy.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I was indeed shocked, and Sue can say that I kept screaming, "You're kidding," when she told me. So it was a complete surprise.
Yeah, Sue said, you kind of already knew. Sue wasn't surprised when you got it. She wrote the article, but she wasn't surprised. So, Sue, when you told her that, what was her reaction? And did you lose your mind when she was losing her mind?
Oh no, I don't lose my mind. But no, she lost hers. It's just good. It's just a fun thing to do. The newspaper does it every year. We have a man and a woman. The man of the year was Mayor McGee. And we just have fun with it. We just talk about people that you might not have seen in the news in the past year, who are doing things in their community. And that's where I picked up on Wendy, was the community work she's been doing.
Okay. And is there like a pool of people that you guys look into, or is this just something you guys just look around? Or?
We notice during the year, you absolutely notice people who stand out more so than somebody else. And it's happened in every community that this happens in, that something just stands out from the year that makes this person the person of the year.
How many candidates did you guys have for this?
There are probably 3 real names for women, 3 for men. About 3 is the norm.
Okay.
For the different cities and towns. And we sit around and talk about the people, tell them why we think somebody should be the person of the year. And with Wendy's, it just rung true to me because I myself am a fan of local history, and that's what a lot of her work is here in Lynn, and it's really important to keep that local history going, especially today's day and age with electronics and stuff. You've really got to remind people of where your city was way back when.
Yeah.
It's just really interesting stuff, and it needs to be preserved and kept for the next generation.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Wendy, the work you've been doing, a lot of work on Frederick Douglass.
Absolutely.
You've been one of the pioneers in just telling Frederick Douglass's stories. What got you, when you first did that, what was your mindset? What got you into trying to tell Frederick Douglass' story to the people?
Well, that's a very good way of putting it, is trying to tell his story, which has been told many times, but we were lucky this time around for the bicentennial, the 200th birthday of Frederick Douglass, that a local writer had just finished a book, Frederick Douglass, The Lynn Years. And Julia Green, who is also a local Frederick Douglass scholar, got a bunch of community people together, and we created a committee to celebrate with an event series that went on throughout the whole year. And that new book with original source material about his Lynn years was where we started and where we ended. It was the basis for what we did.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys also had reenactments, I believe, of Frederick Douglass and his trail through Lynn.
That's actually coming up. One of the things that are kind of dangling chads from the event series are we have these wayfinding signs. Frederick Douglass had 4 different places where he lived during the years in Lynn, as well as his friends, the Hutchinsons, up at High Rock Tower, the Lyceum, where they had his going away party when he was on his way from Lynn to Rochester. So these signs are also a big community gift. The people from the local union got us in touch with the steel workers at Lynn Tech. And so it was Lynn Vogt that actually created and made these signs. So the kids got to work on something that was outside the classroom, and now they're just waiting for the next part of funding to be able to be put out on the streets.
So did you know, when you did this, did you know all this stuff about Frederick Douglass beforehand, or was that a learning experience for you?
I knew he was an abolitionist because in my family tree, there are abolitionists. I had shared that with Wendy, and then I just read more about what she had done, talked to her a little bit about it, and just curious.
Yeah, very, very curious. I was curious. Yeah, some of the stuff I didn't know. You guys even have the man that plays as Frederick Douglass.
The reenactor.
He's
really good, isn't he?
He's really good, and he looks. It's like almost a spitting image. I saw him over at the Garden Museum one day over the summer. It was.
He's very well known, and we were very, very happy to get him for the street fair, for the opening salvo for our Grand Army of the Republic redo. So what I'm focusing on now is the new Friends group that was created for Lynn's Grand Army, and we want to completely redo that hall and museum before it crumbles to the ground.
Yeah, definitely. Now, where do you go from here? You know, you get this award now. Where do you go from here? Where do you take your work now?
Well, my work is always going to be in Lynn. I think it happens a lot with people who choose Lynn by choice, as opposed to people, or just a little bit differently from people who grew up here. Is if you come here as an adult, it's kind of your job to figure out what's going on and what history the city had.
Yeah. Now, what message would you two say to younger females? You know, maybe they want to go into writing, maybe they want to do work such as you do. What would your advice be to them?
I would say take a business course, which my parents didn't tell me. Just try to do what you love, even though it's quite difficult sometimes. Find a way, whether or not, if you keep banging on the front door and they won't let you in, go in the side door.
Yeah, especially with journalism
It's
now.
pretty much journalism, yeah. If someone has information, you try to get it out. But no, I would just say, and to anybody, male or female, go after what you like. Take a risk. If you don't take a risk in life, you can never, look back and say, gee, I regretted not doing that.
And you can't, and you won't be named Woman of the Year.
That's right.
You never take a risk.
I might not notice in the following year. So everybody who's out there, man or woman of the year, should be on their best behavior for the next year. So it makes the selection, easy this year.
And lastly, before we go, Wendy, you got anything coming up, any events coming up that you want to tell people about?
There's going to be a rededication of the Grand Army of the Republic, and we are just setting it up. And you can go on the Friends of the Grand Army of the Republic Facebook page and find out all about that event.
All right, and if you want to read more of what Sue writes, just get the Lynn Journal. Go online. It's up there. I've read a few things. All right. I want to thank Wendy and Sue for being here.
Thank you.
It's Friday. You guys have a great day. And now for some upcoming local events. On Saturday, March 23rd, the Lynn Catholic Collaborative will be hosting bingo at Sacred Heart School from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. On Tuesday, March 26th, from 6:30 p.m. until 7:30 p.m., the Bookies will be holding their monthly book club meeting at the Lynn Public Library. Anyone interested in joining should visit lynnq@noblenet.org. On Friday, March 29th, the Lynn Department of Veterans Services, along with Lynn Veterans Council, will be hosting the annual Vietnam Veterans Day ceremony at City Hall. LCTV's next Paramount film series which will be on Monday, April 8th, and will feature Avengers Infinity War. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Movie begins at 7. Thanos must die. Thank you for watching the LCTV News. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And visit us at lyntv.org to watch any show anytime on your computer, tablet, or phone. I'm Mukala Kabongo. Have a great day.